The buzzer beaters, the crowd, the Cinderellas. College basketball is a beautiful game filled with the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. The start of every season brings a fresh start for every team and every player. A chance for teams to fold under the burden of their expectations. A chance for teams to receive redemption for a previous season that was cut shorter than they had hoped. And of course, a chance for teams and players expected to do nothing to shock the world. This channel will be dedicated to discussing and analyzing all that goes on in the college basketball world. Welcome to the CBB Report. There is unfortunately a lot of time until the beginning of the college basketball season on November 8th. With the transfer portal winding down and declaring for the draft over, rosters are starting to take shape. With that, let's go through each conference and rank the teams. Today, let's do our too early 2022-2023 rankings for one of the most storied conferences in college basketball, the Pac-12. While I love ranking teams, I do not believe it provides a clear picture of the competition levels between teams. The difference between a team I rank 7 and a team I rank 8 can be extremely marginal, and both teams can probably flip-flop on my rankings. The same thing goes for 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and etc. etc. That is why I've created a tier list to show off different levels of competition. In the Pac-12, I have created 5 tiers, the 5th being the lowest and the 1st being the highest. Today, let's rank Tier 5, which I have named Feeding Frenzy. The inspiration comes from the fact that when the other 10 Pac-12 teams see these two teams, they should have a feeding frenzy of wins. These two teams are the clear and obvious weak links in the Pac-12. Teams in feeding frenzy should have very little hope for the upcoming basketball season, as they are at the bottom of the barrel in college basketball and the Pac-12. Sorry, Oregon State fans, I am here to tell you it is not getting any better this year. Well, it's not necessarily true. It can't get any worse. 2 years ago, the Beavers made March Madness for the first time since 1982, and even advanced to the Elite Eight. Last year, it all came crashing down, as Oregon State went 3-28 and 119 in conference play. They also had the 350th worst defensive efficiency in all of college basketball, with a 1.109 defensive efficiency. So I guess it can get a little better. I do not think Oregon State will only win 3 games all season, and 1 game in the Pac-12. That said, I still project them to be last in the Pac-12, just maybe with 3 wins this time. Head coach Wayne Tinkle talked about fixing the chemistry issues over the offseason, and subsequently, 4 players graduated and 5 left via the transfer portal. So maybe chemistry will be fixed, but the lack of talent is not. Their top 5 scorers from last year all left. In their place comes Christian Wright from Georgia, Justin Rochlin from Arizona State, and Dimitri Ryuda from San Francisco. On the recruiting front, Wayne Tinkle did solid considering his position, securing the 81st best recruiting class. High 3-star shooting guard Jordan Pope, 3-star forward Tyler Bilodeu, Nick Crass, and Jaden Stevens all decided to come to Oregon State. A decent haul considering the state that the program is in. Christian Wright averaged 5.3 points per game and 9.6 points per 40. He also averaged 2 assists per game and 50.7% true shooting at Georgia. Wright struggled with the 3 ball, only shooting 26.5% for 3, but he'll be solid for Oregon State. The starting 5 will probably look like transfer Christian Wright at the 1, Dexter Akano in the backcourt as well, Glenn Taylor Jr. playing small forward, transfer Demetrius Runa, and Rodrigo Andela in the frontcourt. Glenn Taylor Jr. is a player to watch out for the Beavers. Last year he averaged 6.9 points per game and led the team with 59.3 shooting percentage from the 2. He did only shoot 28% from 3 last year. Last year he was second on the team in 59.9% true shooting. Taylor also had the 2nd best defensive rating on the team and 3rd best offensive rating. His advanced metrics make me think he's going to take a huge step up this year. He made the All Pac-12 freshman team and he's poised for a big sophomore season. The bench most likely will feature a 3-star guard, Jordan Pope, and the rest of Tinkle's recruits and transfers. Oregon State really has no real talent other than maybe Wright and Taylor, who are both just solid pieces. That is why they are the clear worst team in the Pac-12. In 11th in the Pac-12 and first in my Tier 5 feeding frenzy is California. It does not take much for a team to be better than Oregon State, and that is why the Golden Bears are in 11th. In the Big Ten, they would be clearly last. Last year was not great for Cal. They went 12-20 and 5-15 in Pac-12 play, which put them in 10th place. Head coach Mark Fox is entering his 4th season with the Golden Bears, and with him comes another roster that is just not that talented. The loss of their star big man Andre Kelly, who transferred to UC Santa Barbara, was a big blow for Cal. An even bigger blow came when Justin Celestine was announced that he needed off-season surgery and is going to miss the start of the season. Without Kelly and Celestine, this roster just does not have a lot of firepower. Celestine had a pretty good season last year, averaging 7.5 points per game with solid shooting split, and just above 3 rebounds per game. Celestine's negative 4.4 net rating was also 2nd best in the team. Getting transferred Devin Askew from Texas was Fox's biggest move of the offseason, and while Celestine is out, he'll probably be Cal's best player. He only played 14 minutes per game for Texas and averaged 2.1 points per game and 1.3 assists. His shooting splits were decent, as well as shooting 40% from the field and 32% from 3. He's also a great defender with a 95.3 defensive rating. The recruiting class was okay, as Fox secured 3-star power forward Andy Okafor and a 3-star recruit out of IMG Academy Grant Newell. Devin Askew should immediately slide in for Cal as the starting point guard, and Monty Bowser will probably start alongside him at the 2. Though the 2 could also be transferred to John Clayton's spot as well. Kuni and Sam Alajiki will probably start at 3 and 4, while Celestine is out. But once Celestine is back, I expect him to start at the 3, and Kwani to be moved to the 4. At the center should be Lars Thiemann. That is a very uninspiring starting 5, especially without Celestine, and the bench is no different. The recruits Newell and Okafor should get some minutes, as well as Alajiki off the bench. Whoever doesn't start of Bowser and Clayton should become the 6th man, and that's a solid 6th man. But again, much like Oregon State, there just is very little firepower on this team. I predict California will go 4-16 in conference play, maybe even 3-17, and finish 11th in the Pac-12. That is my Pac-12 Tier 5 Feeding Frenzy rankings. Let me know if you agree or not in the comments, and thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Follow TikTok, the CBB Report. Subscribe, like, and comment with your thoughts. Where was I right? Where do you think I went wrong? Let me know down below, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.